Hello, in front of me I have OPPO Find X8 and the Motorola Razr 60 Ultra, and in this video we're gonna perform a benchmark test between those phones. Alright, so for this test I'm gonna be using the Geekbench 6 app and the 3D Mark on both of the devices. And now let's simply begin. In the Geekbench 6 we're gonna perform the CPU and also the GPU benchmark. And in here you can read about this device, a few informations. We have our CPU, the operating system, the clusters, the cores and the gigahertzes. And now let's simply run the test on both of the devices. It's gonna take a while, so I'll see you once it's finished. And then I'm gonna show you the results. Alright, so now we are after the tests and we have our results. So when it comes to the single core score, the OPPO has it on the level of almost 3000, to be exact, to 2801, and on the Motorola Razr 60 the single core is 2872, so 71 points into advantage of the Motorola, but that's not big levels and big differences. And now when it comes to the multi-core score, on the OPPO we have 8500 points, and on the Motorola 8600 points. So again, the Motorola is on the winning position of 130 points. But just like I have said, that's no big differences. Now below we have some information. In here we have them about the system. I'm gonna scroll slowly all the information so you can read them for yourself. Below we have the CPU information. You can see how this looks like. We also have the memory information below. On both of the devices it's 15 gigabytes. Now again we have the single core performance, but now we have two other values, two other data, and that's integer score and the floating point score. So on the OPPO the integer score is 2808 points, and the floating point score is 2789. On the Motorola we have 2928 points, and the floating point score is 2770. Now when it comes to the floating point score, a little difference on the OPPO. It has 19 more points, but the integer score is higher on the Motorola. Okay, below we have other informations, so you can take a look how this looks like. Now I'm gonna scroll again so you can read. Alright, now we have the multi-core performance. Now the integer score is now higher on the OPPO, 8395, when on Motorola we have 8261. So now the OPPO is on the winning position. And now the floating point score on the OPPO 8730, when on Motorola we have 9392. So, but now the floating point score is higher on the Motorola. And once more we have some information below, so you can see how this looks in the comparison. Alright, so that was the GPU benchmark that we was performing. Now let's select the GPU. In here you can again see the operating system, also the GPU, and the resolution on both of the devices, and also the display PPI. Alright, now let's run the GPU benchmark, and just like in the previous test, it's gonna take a while, so I'll see you once we will have our results. Alright, and now we have our results. So, in the GPU benchmark, when it comes to the OpenCL GPU score, the OPPO has advantage of 2000 points, something like that. To be exact, on the OPPO we have 20,000 and a half, and on the Motorola we have almost 18,000. Now again, as you scroll down, you can see some information, so you can take a look how this looks like. Now below we have the OpenCL information. We can see the big difference in the device memory. So the OPPO has almost twice more than Motorola has. Alright, and now below OpenCL performance. So you can also take a look what are the differences. Okay, as you also click on the GPU above, you can see the compute comparison and how this looks like in comparison to other devices such on the market, such as Samsung Galaxy and any other phone. So you can see how this looks like. Actually, our device has better than the Galaxy S24, which is the first on that schedule. Both of the devices actually has it. So you can take a look how this looks like, and you can take a look of points on other devices. And now I'm gonna launch the 3D Mark to show you and to perform another test. In here, as you can see, we also has a lot of tests. You can see them right in here as you swipe left or the right, but we're gonna perform the wildlife test, which is the recommended, as you can see. But first I need to download it. Below you can read a quick instruction what is provided in the test. So 3D Mark Wildlife is a cross-platform benchmark for comparing the graphics performance of the latest mobile devices. The Wildlife benchmark is 1 minute test that measures the device's ability to provide high levels of performance for short periods of time. It mirrors mobile games that are based on short bursts of intense activity. The rendering resolution is you can see it on the screen. Alright, it has almost been downloaded, so let's wait until we get to 100%. And when I will launch the test, I'm also gonna rotate the phones. And I'm not gonna, speed up the video, because this test takes only 1 minute. So it's not necessary to speed it up. Alright, now we have it, so let's launch the test. Now I'll rotate the devices just like that. And now we can observe and see which device will be better. Alright, so we are now after the test. I'm gonna again rotate the phones. Right, so the overall score on both of the devices has been maxed out, as you can see it right now on the screen. The overall score is maxed out. Also the average frame rate. Your device is too powerful for this test. We recommended using wildlife. I just did. I don't know what's happening. Alright, below. So when we have the performance monitoring, the battery on the OPPO is 98 to 97%. On the Motorola 87 to 87. Temperature is almost the same. There's a difference in the level of 2 degrees. 34 to 34 and 32 to 33. And the frame rate, the lowest value on the OPPO is 67. The maximum was 112. And the minimum on the Motorola was 87 and the maximum was 163 FPS. Below we can also see the chart. Okay, that chart. It's about the battery and the frame rate. We can also take a look on the temperature and frame rate. Just like that, how it looks in a comparison, and also we have the custom chart, and we can also add the battery percent, and this is how it looks right now. Alright, so both of the phones are really powerful, as you can see. When it comes to the Geekbench results and the 3D Mark results, even the 3D Mark app said that our devices are too powerful for this test. So we can see that the results are really satisfying on both of the devices, and the difference between those devices the differences aren't big. I would also say that the results are almost the same, and also both of the devices are on the same level of cost. They cost around the same price. Alright, that's all in this video. Thank you all for watching. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like, comment and subscribe.